I didn't want to show the voice notes and stuff because everybody's listened to that anyway. Everybody's listened to that.
Yeah, I think it was a pointless exposure, wasn't it? I mean, if you're going to do an awareness, you've got to show receipts. Voice notes, I don't like messages, text messages, emails, because all that can be edited. I like evidence, voice notes and things like that, where you get the whole thread. What people tend to do when they're doing an awareness, they actually delete what they're saying and they just show what the other person has put. You know what I mean? I like to see it from the beginning to the end. Here's the observer. Hello.
Hiya, you're right.
Yeah, fine, thanks.
Okay, so just wanted to clarify with regards to the receipts that Shan had. I was given advice by a safeguarding team for them not to be shown because there is a minor in one of the photos. So that's why receipts couldn't be shown on that live. But they have been sent to a safeguarding team and they are being investigated at the moment. That's all I can say.
When these receipts, are they quite bad if the fact that you sent them further on?
I wouldn't say they're bad. It's just the case that there's a minor, well...
But because you sent them to a safeguarding team, that's what I mean. So, I mean, can you explain what it's about, though?
Yeah, so basically, I think Shan done the live last night because she was concerned about, the fact that children have been brought up in association with Laura. And there was a photo, I think basically a screenshot from a live where there is somebody of questionable age in a room of Laura's property. So that evidence has been sent on to a safeguarding team. That's all I can say, and they are looking into it at the moment.
Oh, yeah, because it's just because you've started it saying safeguarding team. It sounds like she's come kind of. Do you know what I mean? Implying she's a peddler.
No, not at all. I think we just need to be mindful that if children are appearing in lives that they are safeguarded if there is any concerns.
Oh, right, on TikTok, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I had to put that out there, those guys, because I know what people are thinking. When someone is saying there's a child in a photo and it's been sent to be safeguarding, I'm kind of thinking, well, what kind of photo? What do you know what I mean? What's all that about? So you're talking about on TikTok?
Yeah. So basically, the child was in the live. Right. And I think that the question is that obviously with everything that's been discussed in the last 3 days as to why this child was in the property.
Oh, right. The child was in the property?
Well, yeah.
Oh, and
the child was in Laura's live, actually there, in person.
Oh, I see. Yeah. She said she's met this woman. I didn't know that.
I don't know who this person is in the photo. We're trying to establish that behind the scenes, so...
You're right. I mean, it could be a family friend or, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. We don't know. So, people can't just go putting, assumptions out there that, Laura is doing something wrong because we haven't got any proof.
Yeah. I just wanted to clarify it because when you say a photo of a minor and it's been sent to safeguarding, obviously people are going to think what? They're going to think the worst, right? So that's why I wanted to just clear that all up. I didn't know anything about that. A minor was in her property. I didn't know anything about that. But however, people need to realise that that could be an innocent. There could be an innocent reason for that.
Yeah, exactly. We can't just go down the lines of
I mean, the woman could have been with her. She could have been looking after the child. She's probably a child, could be a family friend. So it could be many reasons. Yeah, I just wanted to let people know because people start thinking the worst.
Yeah, exactly. We don't know if it's a friend of the family, if it is Laura's, child, etc. But the concern was raised, and obviously I have to do what I need to do to obviously raise that with the right people.
I personally think it's been all blown out of proportion, but that's me. I've not seen no receipts. No, not that I want to see any of that, but do you know what I mean? So I haven't seen any of it.
I think, people use the term pred and they throw it around as if, it's any other word, but you can't just label somebody a pred without any concrete evidence. If somebody's got a conviction, I'm not.
Yeah, but I had to clarify that because, as soon as you say there's a child and the child's in her house, that's what people are going to think, you see. That's what people do.
People thinking that, people are saying about, things being done behind the scenes actually work with two safeguarding teams who protect children. So anybody questioning what I'm actually doing, in this being raised, then, you guys need to kind of get to grips with what I'm trying to do. I actually safeguard children on this app. And some of your comments are actually unbelievable.
When you said she was the mine was in the house, was a woman there? Or, when the child was in her house, was the woman there, the mother there?
I don't know. Basically, it's just an image of. I don't know. I'm not going to say anymore. I just wanted to clarify when, obviously when you said about, receipts not being shown, I just wanted to come up and say that the receipts have been sent on to the right people. And, people have got questions about, children being in Laura's lives, etc. Then, I'm just doing what I need to do.
Can I just have my opinion really quickly? I just feel good, and I do really like you, and I think it's great what you're doing, absolutely. But I just feel something's. I mean, I know I asked for what receipts there were, but I didn't expect you to say that. To be fair, I think some things like that shouldn't be put on TikTok because obviously people are going to think the worst of Laura, and I think that's really unfair. Because there could be many reasons. Do you know what I mean? As to why you said there's a minor at her house, many 100 reasons. Do you know what I mean? And I know people are going to start assuming, and I think it's just really wrong for people to do that. So I just feel that you should have just kept that to yourself.
Yeah, but you were questioning me what the image was, so I was kind of led to answer the Ange.
Yeah, we didn't have to answer that. You know what I mean? You didn't have to answer that. I just feel that because obviously people are going to assume now. Do you know what I mean? I mean, listen, no hate on you. I was just. Yeah, because no receipts were shown. I don't think that she should have done this awareness either. I think if people are concerned, it should have gone straight further, without people knowing. I don't think there should be an awareness either,
I think, if anybody's got any concerns like this in future, then, they need to go to the right people.
Guys, just because I asked doesn't mean someone should tell me. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't, because just because I ask a question, it doesn't mean, she did say there was a photo involved. So obviously my response is like, what photo? I didn't know it was a minor. Do you know what I mean? Someone's put, don't ask. Are you not listening to what I'm saying? Because I asked does not mean someone should reply and say, what was it? I didn't know what photo it was. If someone says there's a photo, observer said to me that it's a photo. The receipts, when I asked what receipt, she said there's a photo. So obviously your response would be, well, what photo? But does not mean someone should share that information. I mean, I just feel you could have just said, oh, listen, I can't talk on it or something, you know what I mean? Because I didn't expect that. But anyway, it is what it is. Don't ask, Angie. Don't goddamn blame me for asking. Do you know what I mean? If you're safeguarding children, you should know what you can and can't put out on TikTok. You know what I mean? That's not on me because I've asked a question. If I ask for your address, are you going to give it to me and blame me for asking for it? Do you know what I mean? Oh, anyway, listen, it is what it is. I just don't think the exposure should have happened last night on Laura. If there's receipts of something like that, do you know what I mean? And like I said, I think it is totally being blown out of proportion. I don't think Laura has any, I think there's a reason why, you know what I mean? She's probably a family friend, God knows, I don't know. Anyway, thank you, Observer.
That's okay. I'm just frustrated with people and their attitudes towards such an important subject.
No, it's very important. Yeah, really absolutely. It's very important, but I think some things could be blown out of proportion.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean?
And some people are using this for, the wrong reasons. I went into a live earlier and somebody was displaying a profile that had following of minors on it, and they were displaying the minors' profile at us on there.
Really?
And you just got to really think about what you're doing on this app. You know, displaying children's profiles is not.
Why were they
right.
displaying it? I mean, it's very strange, isn't it?
Honestly, some people just need to think before they act.
Yeah.
You know.
Unfortunately, TikTok don't really help, do they? You know what I mean?
No, they don't. Honestly, you know, I've been told in the night that there was a man pleasuring himself on live.
TikTok?
Yeah, on live. It happens all the time, Angie.
Oh my God.
You know, the live was reported and not taken down, but you know that there's people all over the world. There's kids, you know, viewing this kind of content. This isn't the app for doing this kind of thing.
That's crazy. Yeah. I mean, there is a group of people, I think, I don't know if they're America, but they actually get naked on this app.
Yeah, I've seen it, and
You've seen that?
happen.
Yeah,
It does happen. I'm sharing live.
Well, you get apparently 7K in there.
Yeah, honestly,
I'm not going to tell people who he is because I'm not going to send traffic his way, but yeah, it's crazy.
it's awful, you know. And we keep reporting to TikTok, but you know the reports come back with no violations. We go to the likes of Ofcom and other reporting agencies, and still nothing's being done.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was telling another live earlier on where one of my recent safeguarding experiences was where a child was groomed. Basically, they were kind of taken over to Snapchat, and the child was asked for an indecent image, of which they did take and they did send on, and it ended up with them being exploited for money.
Wow.
And this is the kind of thing I'm dealing with, guys. You know, I'm dealing with real life children here. I'm trying to safeguard them. And this is why I'm so frustrated with people's attitudes on this app.
Yeah.
You know, we all have we all have a duty of care to children. Do you know what I mean? Any kind of image, any kind of exploitation or, you know, abuse sticks with you forever.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely it does. Yeah, absolutely.
And why should innocent children be subjected to that? It's not right.
What about, is it just UK that well, obviously it's just going to be UK, isn't it? Yeah.
No, it's worldwide, and.
Oh, right. But do you deal with the worldwide? Do you take that further as well if it's like in another country?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Must be hard. It's going to be difficult though, isn't it, to take that further, isn't it, if somebody lives in, say, America?
There are ways around it, and with regards to that one that was just explaining, the image was sent to somebody in America. So, you know, the teams have got ways in which they do communicate with people overseas that do the same kind of thing.
Oh, crazy. Children should be seen and heard always. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Because there used to be a time when you used to say, you know, back in the days, children should be seen but not heard. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, children definitely, absolutely should be heard.
And I agree with somebody who's just put, you also have a duty of care not to ruin people's lives until they have all the facts, and I totally agree with that. You know,
absolutely.
People running around this app calling people preds and that, you know, it's the worst kind of allocation to put on somebody when there has been no conviction. So people need to stop going with those actions, you know, written actions.
Yeah, because I think it also takes the power away of that. Takes the power away of that word, doesn't it?
Yeah,
because
exactly.
When someone says, "Oh, this person's a P," I'm just going to say, "Oh, yeah, whatever." They've just probably got personal beef with them because it's used so often. I'm just not going to believe it.
Yeah, exactly, and it just rolls off the tongue so easily.
Yeah, and these peddlers, you know, we're going to think, well, okay, I'm a peddler, but if I'm caught, it doesn't matter because everyone gets caught it. So no one's going to believe it. Do you know what I mean? Have I called it to someone? Yes, I have. Have I said I'm not going to call that to anyone? It's not the right thing to do. Yes. Have I got hooked into the TikTok world where everyone else is doing it, so you end up doing it, saying it yourself? Yes. I'm not saying I haven't, guys. But am I going to say that again? No. Because it is wrong, yes. Have other people said it? Yes. Have you called loads? No, I haven't, TikTok madness. So please send me the videos of where I've said it. I have called people what they've called me it. Yes. Is it wrong? Yes. So, so I won't be calling anybody that again, no.
Anyway, I just wanted to say I know what I'm doing is right. I'm trying to do my best in protecting children. People can, think what they want about me. And just because I record certain people, it doesn't mean to say that I agree with their words or actions. I have my morals. I was always brought up to have, was always brought up the right way to have good manners and to show respect, etc. Just because somebody isn't showing personality that I've got or the same morals as what I've got doesn't mean to say that I agree with their words or actions. So I just want to put that out there. Just because I screen record lives, etc., or I sit in rooms, don't judge me on being in that room, please, because a lot of the same people.
Yeah, because you're probably screen recording and that.
Yeah, exactly. And anyway, I've said enough this morning. I just wanted to put my my bit in to say that Shan did.
Sorry if it came across a little bit. I just wasn't really understanding. Do you know what I mean? Because I'd never watched this exposure or awareness live last night either, so I weren't meaning to have a go at you in any way.
No, that's okay. Shan was put in a difficult position because obviously she wanted to do the exposure and people were asking to see the evidence, but we've got to safeguard that person in that photo. Yeah. Like I've just explained, there are predators on this app. So why should we put up an image of, somebody of questionable age on a live in front of thousands of people when there are, predators lurking? We're not doing it. I'm sorry. Yeah. Regardless of people, whether people want receipts or not, the receipts have gone to the right people to investigate, and that's all I can say on the matter.
Yeah.
But no, I appreciate apology, Angie, and I knew where you're coming from, so.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Observer, anyway, for joining.
No worries at all. Have a good day, Angie.
All right, you too.
All right,
see you later.
Care. Bye.
Sorry, I'm just getting my food because it came and it left. So, give me a sec.